So there are three big ways that technology has changed people, Earth, everything, right? The first is our relationship to knowledge. Most of us older people remember a time when knowledge was scarce. And so even just arriving on a campus was an experience of, wow, there's more knowledge here. There are smart people, and there are books and libraries and laboratories, and that was a change. And that doesn't happen anymore. Right? Now, the world is knowledge rich. So every student arrives on campus with more information on their cell phone than in any library. Right? There's more access to content, to lectures, to games, to animations than any professor can do. Most of us can only speak in one language at once. The internet can speak thousands of languages simultaneously. The internet can deal with different types of learning. Right? There's all of that content. So that change means that if all I do is talk about content, if I see my primary job as I'm going to communicate content to you, then my value just went down. Because that was fine in a knowledge-scarce world. But in a knowledge-rich world, the real trick is, how do I synthesize? How do I evaluate? How do I find the right knowledge? How do I put all the pieces together? So the idea of a professor who just professes information has lost value. But the idea of somebody who can help you learn how to think, how to find your way through this morass of information-rich world, that will go up. So the first is relationship to knowledge. The second big change in technology is social proximity, that the meaning of friends has changed, that the assumptions that human beings have about how they connect and interact with people has changed. So you as faculty may not be as comfortable online or interacting on Facebook, but for students, they are totally native in this environment. So when I went to college, I was given a bag of dimes and told to call home on Sunday. So I would we'd line up in front of the pay phone on Sunday, we put in our dimes, hi Mom, and we call home. So on the Sunday that I forgot, my mental model didn't expand to using the phone on Monday. I waited a week. I waited a whole week to call home. So that idea of how often you connect, and of course nowadays, so you talk to your parents 6 times a day, et cetera. They date boys online. I mean, if you haven't seen Tinder, prepare to be scared. But what's interesting about these dating apps is that they're in at a party, but they see boys online, and they talk to them on their phone. It's like, well, they're just down the hall. They're just over there. But my daughter says to me, Daddy, it's safer this way. And I say, no, those are strangers. Those are people you haven't met. But so the online means that in some ways, if you don't exist online, you don't exist. You're also a stranger in a very different kind of way. You're really a stranger. You're scary, right? Because your office, your books, I don't know you. But if I know you online first, maybe I can come to your office hours. So it's actually, there's a lower threshold to first talk to students online. It's easier to do it in email or in chat. But if I have to come to your office as the first point of contact, that is scary. So relationship to knowledge, social proximity, and the last is customization and gaming. Gaming has changed the world. We are all more used to a more customized world where we can have Starbucks exactly the way we want it. And games are the ultimate customized learning environment. We didn't expect this, right? The gamers didn't say, we want to create great learning tools. They said, we want to sell boxes, right? But they discovered that if something is too hard, if you're learning something, because you're learning in a game, if you're learning something and it's too easy, you quit. If you're learning it and it's too hard, you quit. What you're looking for is just hard enough, not easy enough. And so if it's too easy, a game gets harder. If it's too hard, the game gets easier. Because the zone you're looking for is called pleasantly frustrating. If you think about that, that's exactly what teachers are trying to do. Our job as teachers is to find the zone where it's not too hard, not too easy. But that's going to be different for every student. So our job as teachers is to customize and personalize that process. Because online, there's more content. But that guy online at Yale who's giving that lecture on econ or physics, he doesn't know your students. He only knows the content. So if all you do is deliver content, that guy at Yale is probably doing just as good a job, and your students will watch the video and they'll be fine. But if what you do is personalize and customize and tailor, then you're really adding value to what your students are learning. But it is kind of a job title change. If you think about it, professing, right, being a professor, was useful when we needed content in class. Now nobody needs a professor. Everybody needs a motivational coach. That's not what we really think about when we signed up for this, but think about this. More knowledge has not made the world smarter. But there's more content out there, but we're not all smarter. If we put exercise machines on every corner, we wouldn't all be in better shape either. You need somebody to help you say, yeah, get on the bike. Don't stay, oh, you're looking good. You've been working out. This is good. Keep working at that. It's gonna be better for you. Even if they're lying, right? We pay people to lie to us and say, wow, you've been working out. You look good, right? It feels good. But it's motivational. That motivational piece really, really is important. And so that's, in some ways, all this technology, the first thing that we really change is we have to be more personal. We have to help students with thinking, and we have to have some online presence.
Biola University offers a variety of biblically centered degree programs, ranging from business to ministry to the arts and sciences. Visit biola.edu to find out how Biola could make a difference in your life.